What is good, ladies and gentlemen? I have a very special guest with me here today. Some of you may know him from Fall Guys, some of you may know him from Garden Warfare. He is the Electro Citron enthusiast. Kazoo is joining me on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. He has finally found some time. He's here with me, and we're going to talk PvZ. So if you enjoy, let me know how it goes. Obviously, go visit Kazoo's channel as well. He does some great content over there. And first of all, Kazoo, welcome to the podcast. How you doing, man?
Yo, thanks for having me on.
That's all good. So, how did you get into PvZ? That's the first question I have for you.
Well, I think I think I remember like back all the way like 2000 I don't remember when PvZ 1 came out. It was like around
Oh, I don't know.
2010s or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. A
Yeah,
long time ago.
yeah, my auntie was actually playing PvZ 1 and I was just looking at her playing it on a computer and I was like, "Whoa, this looks really cool." You just fight zombies or
So,
plants. And then I decided I decided to play it myself, and yeah, I got really into it.
so the
I actually
first
got to do the
game.
adventure mode.
What about Garden Warfare One? Did you play much of that?
Yeah, I I actually got it for Christmas. It was like 2016,
Oh wow,
something like that.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
To be fair, I played Garden Warfare 1 first, and then I played the phone games afterwards. I knew the franchise existed because it's one of those weird game names that you just somehow remember, even if you've never played it. But my first experience was going to a arcade, and they had an old school machine of PvZ there, and the little gun thing you had was a pea shooter head, and you actually shoot the
Yep,
zombies and stuff. It was so good.
I've seen that.
Um,
Yeah,
I remember where that is as well. So if I ever do find myself down
it's like
there,
a
I can go do it.
it's like you control snow and then like you're shooting zombies,
Yeah,
like
it's really cool.
shooting
Yeah,
water gun.
it literally sprayed water out, which was awesome. So, moving on to the
And a pea
next
shooter.
topic I have here for you. Uh, Current status of Garden Warfare 2. Do you think it's a good thing, bad thing?
Um, I feel like I'm kind of mad at that.
So what do you
I'm kind of like in the middle,
you think it's a 50-50?
pretty much.
No, fair enough. That's the thing. You didn't did you do the Fiesta event the other day, or you did take part, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I just did it for the fun. I don't think it's really gonna revive the game that much. Is it not gonna like get update? The game's not gonna get any updates or anything. That's not gonna happen. I don't have any high hopes for it.
Do you think a lot of people that play the game are hoping for something that is not necessarily going to happen? Do you think they're just holding on to something for no reason?
Some people are expecting Gun Warfare 3 to happen, which no, that's not happening. No chance.
It would be good
All
though if it did.
developers are gone, and
It would be good.
yeah, it will. I'll be shocked.
You would be
The
shocked. Yeah, that's
experience
true.
for it actually happened. Yeah.
To be fair, I'm on both sides of the conversation. As much as I would love to see the game happen, um, like you said, the developers are they've moved on to other stuff now. The team doesn't even exist now. What happens if this is a big if a small uh, or medium-sized company decide to buy the franchise, let's say in a couple of years, and they try and do it themselves? Do you reckon that would be a good idea?
Well, maybe they might not know much about PvZ shooters. first off,
Hmm.
and it might ruin the franchise even more if they do start adding more into the game.
I respect that. Yeah, I respect that. It's weird
Yeah,
because they might not have all of the background on the actual franchise itself. There's only so much you would have to learn, but it's different for the people that made it. Because obviously they've
yeah.
made it for years and they know the games and stuff at the back of their hand. So going back to the Fiesta event, apparently um, it actually went pretty well for a lot of other people. Obviously, I did take part. What was the main highlight of that event for you, if you had to pick?
Um, just playing around again.
Okay,
I
so
had a good time streaming.
speaking of Garden Warfare 2 here, we're going to stay on the topic. You like Electro Citron. A lot of people don't like that character.
Yep.
May I ask why you got into that character? Because not many people like him.
Okay. At first, he was actually one of my least favorite characters in the entire
Okay,
game. But then I started to a bit more. I he started to grow up onto me.
okay,
Um,
all right.
started to get good with Electricity. My aim was starting to get better. If you know how to play Electricity right, he's actually a really good character. He's perhaps the most underrated character in the entire game, in my opinion.
Very interesting. That's the thing. It's different because people have different capabilities of aiming. You know, some people play Lorpy with hip fire. I play Cactus. But a lot of people tend to stay away from Electro Citron. Do you think he deserves more attention?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, there you have it, guys. Be sure to go play Electro Citron. The main man here plays him nearly every time I play, so he's the guy you want to listen to when it comes to that character. Sticking with plant side here, opinion on Torchwood. A lot of people hate him. I never really asked you about
To
him.
me, okay, this might be a hot take. I think he's mid.
You think Torchwood is
So
mid?
Torchwood fans, yeah, I just don't like playing him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you prefer him to Hovergoat?
I like playing Hufflegoat more. Yeah, I said it.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. To be honest, I like both, but I won't go out of my way to play them. Hovergoat is rare occasion, but Torchwood for me is just whenever I feel like tanking a lot of stuff. Even though you can still get one shot by the ZPG on that game, but um, the other day I did a video about Trials of Nomus. Obviously, that was a long time ago for a lot of us. What was your experience with that whole side of Garden Warfare 2? Did you enjoy it? Do you think it was a good thing?
I enjoyed the trials.
Okay.
Liked Doom. Like it got me good at. I got at speed running that. I must.
Did you have a particular trial that you didn't like?
Really, it was only just shooting one that was kind of boring. I actually really liked the memory one. It was actually had some challenge to it.
See, that to
So yeah,
me was possibly the worst one in my opinion. I absolutely sucked at the memory one.
that's that's pretty fair.
The thing is,
I don't like that one.
what ones are there? There's the shooting one. There's the one where you have to avoid the hot circles, and the balance one, or is that the same one?
There's the parkour one.
Yeah, the parkour
Yeah,
one. I remember that.
yeah, the balance one is like a obstacle course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the shooty one is where you just have to shoot
To be fair,
for the 31. Yeah.
I remember when I did the memory one. I tried doing it at the same time as writing it down. It was the worst idea I've ever had on the game. Um, so I got to the point where I had to ask my sister to help me because I couldn't remember it for the life of me. It was, in my opinion, at least the worst trial. The others seemed pretty straightforward. It's all about just movement, whereas that one you actually use your brain, which of course I don't have. Um, but going around the board here, um, of course, a very famous question that is going to be asked on this podcast a lot to a lot of different people. I think it was only fair if I asked the person who actually enjoys the game, what is your opinion on BFN?
Okay, I'm not gonna get this one. I like BFN. I love
Okay,
it.
I respect it. I respect it. Is there a
It's
particular
actually
reason
my
why?
favorite easy game.
Oh, it's your favourite.
I just like the. It's my second favorite. Uh,
Oh,
Golf for
okay.
Two is my favorite.
Okay. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I like the game because I just like how it feels,
Yeah.
like how it plays, and like playing the characters. I don't think there's like not that many bad characters. There's only like Wildfire that is kind of mixed with. Um,
Interesting. Is there?
like I even like Chomper. I even like playing Chomper in them and BFN. That's just how
See, I'll be
the
honest with
characters
you.
are.
When I did play it a little bit, I never really touched Chomper. To be honest, um, I was more of a Snapdragon kind of guy. Oak is in his own category. We're not talking about him, but I don't know. I feel like Chomper was cool because he had the ranged projectile, didn't he? I could have sworn he had something that he could
Yeah,
shoot.
yeah.
Um,
You can actually like yeah, you can actually hit people from far range with Chomper, which is nice.
do you, okay, this is interesting. Do you think any of those new characters could fit into God of Warfare 2?
Would fit into Golfer too. I guess I don't know.
An interesting
Perhaps
one.
Nightcap. Probably not. Probably not. Snapdragon because He's not really like a new type of plant. Like we've seen him in PvZ2.
It's true, yeah.
PvZ1 is a pot plant. Because like PvZ2 are like three new plants we've never seen before. Actually, maybe not Citron because Citron was in
Citron,
PvZ2,
yeah.
but
Okay. One thing I
yeah,
will say
yeah.
is
Unicorn and Rose were, well,
Conicorn and Rose were in God of Warfare 2. One thing I was thinking about, uh, as much as Acorn is his own character, very fragile, very, very quick, Oak is similar to Torchwood. Do you think there's room there, or can it only be one?
only be one, I guess. That'll It'll be pretty interesting if there was two of them though. The both the acorn and both the oak and the torchwood.
To be fair, could you imagine?
Just imagine, just imagine how chaotic it will be with everyone just playing oak and torchwoods everywhere.
Dude, that would
It
actually be
would be
overkill.
God.
That would be overkill, man. Like, I can imagine, let's say, hmm, let's say Zombopolis on the, after the second, no, the first objective. That massive long stretch of road across the bridge going into the disco area. I can imagine like five Torchwoods and
Yeah.
Oaks walking towards us. To be honest, I think I would actually
Oh
quit.
God.
I actually would quit. I think
Yeah, that would make the game horrible. It's two really broken. I guess
tanky,
not broken because
very
you
tanky.
know, yeah,
But
they're too tanky bland.
Here's the thing that would be interesting is you know how with in BFN you can use the sap to launch yourself as Oak and Acorn. Do you think that would do you think that would play a role in Garden Warfare 2? Or do you think they would have to change some abilities for the new characters to fit the game?
I guess I could kind of work like a rocket jump,
They could do.
a scope or something. You just, yeah,
It's weird because those characters are obviously brand new. They're in BFN, but that's a completely different game in terms of balancing mechanics. It would just be very interesting to see how they would put that into a game that we've obviously played a lot more of. You know.
yeah.
Okay. Speaking of BFN, when was the last time you played it? Be honest with me.
Oh, it was not too long ago. It was actually I actually streamed like 4 weeks ago. I think
Oh, okay.
this month. Pretty sure. I don't really remember, but it was pretty. It was this thing.
Okay. I respect it. You're being honest. You know,
Yeah.
you're
If
being
you,
honest to the people at home. I get that. You know.
yeah, yeah. If you look at my channel, you would see the stream.
To be fair, I did you ever hit max rank on BFN? I didn't, but
Yeah, I am max rank on all the shooters.
impressive. Impressive. Is okay. I have a question for you regarding the level up systems
Yep. What's it?
on all three games. You've you've hit max rank on all of them. I respect that. Is there a
Huh?
specific level up system you prefer than the others?
Well, Level 2 and BFN are pretty much the same in terms of like getting XP. Well, BF Grandmaster ranks you can get.
Yeah,
Honestly, you can just make the grinding a bit more tedious to do.
it's true.
Coffee One has you have to do challenges to level up, which it was kind of bad in my opinion. I feel like it could have been the same as Gov and BFN, just getting explained the game.
To be fair, I know a
Because
lot of people weren't a
I don't
fan.
know how you would. Hmm?
I was just gonna say I know a lot of people that didn't like Garden Warfare 1 challenges. Do you feel the same kind of way? Do you
Yeah,
feel like they were
people would mainly just
tedious?
use. Yeah,
I remember,
people would mainly just use skip stars on challenges. They don't eat them.
yeah. I to be honest, I was glad you can pack the skip stars because if you had to earn them another way, I feel like it would have been an even more of a task. If you know what I mean.
More than be a fan. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is with BFN, I never had the urge to even level up. I did the characters I enjoyed playing, and then I kind of just left it to be honest. Which is interesting because on both Garden Warfare 1 and 2, I enjoyed the zombie side a lot. You know, rumor has it I play Super Commando. Yes, I do. Sue me in the comment section. Um, I love zombies on both games. But when it comes to BFM, for some reason, I could not get used to zombies. I loved plants way more in that game. Do you think that's a fair argument?
Yeah, because you really like acorns, like nightcap and stuff like that. There's OP plants on
Well,
Plants team.
let's get one thing
Everything.
straight. I'm not a fan of Nightcap. The character's cool. I like the whole concept, but I never played Nightcap. Okay, so get that straight. One thing I did find about
Nightcap
BFN.
is like a no, never said no one character.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Yeah. Um, One thing I find about BFN is it felt easy to level up compared to. I'm not saying Garden Warfare 2 was hard, but in BFN, like I could get Sunflower like healed up and reviving people super quickly because of the extra bonuses you get. Um, I think as well in BFN there was a mechanic where you could get like half of a revive and you would still get the XP. So that to me
Yeah,
is super easy, in my opinion.
I don't mind it. In my opinion, I don't mind it to be honest.
Do you okay? I have a question regarding Garden Warfare 1 now. A pretty interesting one. I would like to hear your honest thoughts. The sponsorship characters are, of course, a big part of that game. Do you wish they came back in future titles like Garden Warfare 2 or BFN?
Yeah, I don't see like how they would affect the game that much.
That's true. Okay, so the citrus cactus is slightly different. Um, Zoologist is the same as Dr. Chester, very close range. Same with Chemist. Obviously, Chester Chomper is somewhat of the same. But the one character I would like to hear your thoughts about is Berry Pea Shooter. Now, a lot of people have compared them to Rock Pea. A lot of people think that, EP and Plasma are too OP for that character to be even in the character roster. What is your opinion on Berry Pea Shooter?
I think Barry P is fine. I don't. He's all right. He's not really amazing, but he isn't the worst.
So, do you think he would be able to keep up with the competition? Do you think he could?
Yeah, yeah. And most probably not against Tank Super Brains.
Fair enough. One thing I liked about Berry P was the splash damage, but I felt like that was a bit too crazy. As I'm sure you know, on Garden Warfare 1, Toxic P splash damage is just as bad. So that character got nerfed down to the ground. Uh, Speaking of nerfs, I have here a pretty interesting conversation. If Garden Warfare 2 got an update tomorrow, what is the first thing you would do?
First thing I'd do,
So, what would you add as an update? If you had the power to add anything or delete anything, what would you do?
uh, I think the game is like as good as it is. I think what we really need back is all the town halls, pretty much.
Okay, so what were you talking? Boss hunt and stuff like that, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. Because there's actually like trophies that are impossible to get. But you can't really attain them anymore because you can't do boss hunt, you can't do cats vs dinos,
That's true. There is a lot of them
any
that
of
need to
those.
be added back. I do agree. I must admit,
Yeah, I think that's like the minimum we can get for the game.
that's true. That is true. Um, To be fair, you just raised a good point there. With game modes like Cats versus Dinos and Boss Hunt, do you think they deserved more shelf life, as in playable in the game, or do you think they got removed for no reason?
I don't really know why they got removed. I'm sure they just they just added in like a loop of weekly game modes and just shuffled it every time.
Keep it fresh.
They didn't really add in, yeah,
Okay, interesting. Well,
they didn't really be bothered to, yeah,
uh,
they didn't really be bothered to add in boss hunt or anything
the funny thing is, I'm going to say something a bit controversial
to
here.
the,
I never played Boss Hunt. Surprisingly,
yep.
I never played it. Unfortunately,
Really?
I was playing other games at the time. I heard about it, but this is way before I
Yeah,
even
yeah.
bothered playing it on PlayStation. So during those couple of years, I suppose that I missed out on that, which really sucks because it sounds like it was a lot of fun. And that's
Yeah,
unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be coming back anytime soon. So
yeah, which is sad. I do miss them. It was actually like boss hunts were an actual challenge
what
as a
bosses
PvE
were
mode.
there?
There was a Sasquatch, Spooky Squash, um, Yeti King, and Gnomes. Pretty sure those are the four bosses.
Oh, so they're different from Garden Ops.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
they're not the bosses that you see in you find in Garden Ops.
That's pretty cool. Well, final conversation here for you. How much longer will you be playing Garden Warfare 2? Will you move on from the franchise
Not
as a
much
whole?
longer. Yeah, at some probably really time in 25. I'm sorry if you guys were a really big fan of my PvZ content. I'll still keep doing PvZ content, but I might step away from the shooters eventually.
It's a good idea. I'm also doing the same thing. I must admit, as much as I do enjoy the shooters, like I've always said, good things come to an end. Um, I don't believe in stepping away from the entire franchise. There's still room there for me to enjoy and have a good time with, but I think it's came to the point for me, you, and whoever else is listening. You've done everything on the shooters. You've got to max level. You've got your coins. Do you feel like
Yeah.
you're restricted in a weird way?
Not really. I think I have my I do have my own to quit the game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this has been lovely. It's nice to hear where you came
No,
from with PVZ. I'm very
yeah,
surprised
I
that
love doing this.
your auntie actually got you into that. Surprisingly, it's normally like a brother or a sister,
Yeah, PvZ
but
one.
hey, fair enough.
Though I feel like I would have gone for one anyways.
Mm.
Yeah, if I didn't get it for Christmas, but
I was thinking you would have seen the game
uh,
somewhere, and you would have been like, "Oh, that looks fun," that kind of thing.
I actually yeah, I actually saw some marketing on Golf for 2 and I was like, oh, this a Golf for 2 is coming out. No way. I gotta try that. I gotta get that as soon as it comes out.
It's funny because briefly going over Garden Warfare 1 here before we wrap up. Um, this was way before I started YouTube and stuff like that, and before I knew any of you guys. Is I played a lot of Garden Warfare 1, an unhealthy amount of it when I was younger, and I had the same feeling when I saw Garden Warfare 2. I got the game on Xbox. I then transferred to PlayStation, and well, I never looked back. Really, you know, it was definitely a strong point in my gaming life, and it's definitely a franchise I plan on sticking with. So anyway, I
I'll keep
appreciate you
doing
being
games.
here. Yeah,
Just
I appreciate the franchise.
I'll be done with the shoes.
One thing I will say,
Yeah, I gotta. We gotta.
one thing I will say is there's a lot of new people still playing the games, which is awesome. But do you think when they learn that there's no
I'm,
updates, that it will be a problem and they'll just, you know, shy away from it?
yeah. I feel like the game's gotta be in the desert in a little bit.
Well, it's safe to say that it'll be in the Wild West from PvZ2. I think. I think that'll be very familiar territory if they're in the desert. But no, man, this has been great. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it, and it's good to hear your feedback. Good to hear what you think about a couple of different things. If you want to do this again at some point, just let me know, man. I appreciate you.
Yep. Thanks
But yeah.
for doing this
Oh, all good, all good.
for me.
But yeah. Thank you to Kazoo for joining. Be sure to go check out his channel. He does loads of different content, and this episode will be uploading sometime soon. I apologize if it's a little bit wacky. You know, me and Kazoo, we just decided to do this today. We both had time spare, so I will try and whip up a couple of settings in my Discord and try and make it better for next time if it is bad. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any thoughts, feedback that you want to talk to Kazoo about or me about in the comments, put them down below. Like I said, check out his content. And yeah, be sure to stay safe, stay hydrated, keep on gaming. And yeah, Kazoo, I appreciate you for being here. So I will see you all real soon.
Yep.
And peace. Catch you in a bit.